Ever since the first public school opened its doors in Boston, Massachusetts, more than 375 years ago, access to a quality education has been entwined with America's promise of the pursuit of life's opportunities. In recent generations, however, public education has struggled to fulfill that promise. Chronically underperforming schools have failed to prepare students for college and the workplace. The neediest are hurt most. By age 24, only 8% of students from poorer communities graduate from college, compared with 80% of students from more affluent areas. It's a gap that has trapped generations to a lifetime of fewer opportunities.
I read this editorial from, I think, the Cleveland Plain Dealer not all that long ago, where they were lamenting the state of Cleveland's public schools. And in the editorial, they pointed out that 25 years earlier, they had editorialized about the exact same thing. And that story could be told in just about any city.
In response to America's failing public education system, in 1992, a dedicated group of teachers and parents in St. Paul, Minnesota, opened the doors to a new type of public school. It was called a charter school, and it was based on the premise that offering educators greater freedom and autonomy in exchange for results would lead to greater student achievement. The charter school movement spread like wildfire from Minnesota to other states. So in 2004, leading reformers in education helped create the National Alliance for Public Charter Schools, which has helped nurture the growth of charter schools to more than 6,000 nationwide, educating a diverse student body of more than 2.3 million. Nina REES is the president of the National Alliance.
We do our work through advocacy at the federal level, working with Congress to expand the number of charter schools that have access to startup funding. We work at the state level in those states that either don't have a charter school law or have a very weak charter school law. And we also help our state partners, giving them research to talking points so that they can always be on the offense when they talk about charter schools.
By closely monitoring changes to policies and regulations in Washington, the National Alliance frees up state charter organizations to tend to developments in their own states.
I'm focused in New Jersey, we're focused in Newark, we're focused in Camden, and there's a tremendous amount of work that we just have to do in our communities. Partnership with the alliances allows us to focus locally, and also then it allows us to have the right information back from the federal level so that we can share that back in the local communities as well.
Maintaining key relationships in the administration and Congress, ensuring policymakers have the most accurate information available, and insisting that charter operators around the country have a seat at the negotiating table is also a vital mission of the National Alliance.
So charter schools at the national level have enjoyed broad bipartisan support, starting with President Bill Clinton. This is one of those issues that crosses party lines in Washington, from Representative John Klein, who's the chair of the House Education Committee, to Democrat Jared Polis from Colorado, who's one of the most avid supporters of charter schools. One of the only bills in Congress that was able to move in the House of Representatives last year was a charter school law, which passed with overwhelming bipartisan support.
I don't think it's a center-right issue, I think it's a center-left issue, I think it's a kid issue. And I think those that understand that this is a kid issue absolutely get it.
While recent studies overwhelmingly demonstrate that charter schools outperform traditional public schools, access to comparable government funding remains a critical issue. Without startup and facilities grants, many charter schools would never open. The National Alliance fights hard to ensure these funds continue to support a growing and successful charter sector.
The federal level, the issues are always going to be, are the pots of money available to all states? Are the pots of money spread where you really want to see growing charter leaders?
The National Alliance also assists its state partners in ensuring that state policymakers create and maintain the best regulatory framework for a strong charter sector. The Alliance's model law not only forms the basis of many current state laws, it helps to harmonize those laws so that the best charter operators can grow across state lines. And in the handful of states that presently do not afford parents a choice in public education, the National Alliance nurtures strong coalitions to pass legislation
So when you look at any other movement, whether it's the civil rights movement, the women's rights movement, the voting rights movement, they did not stop at 42 states. They were movements that were aiming to grow into all 50 states.
Last year, the National Alliance helped parents and teachers in Washington State and Georgia secure charter school victories in ballot initiatives. And in Mississippi, the Alliance helped pass a bill that will see the creation of 15 new charter schools.
When push has come to shove, there's still a heck of a lot of states where the kind of traditional school system and their allies have considerable sway over the legislatures and policymakers. You know, I think the Alliance today has a good knowledge base around state policy that's been very valuable. That's been a role the Alliance has been able to play since the beginning.
In just 20 years, charter schools have redrawn the blueprint for public education.
It's exciting. It is now not just like a movement, it's a sector of public education. It's a whole new way of delivering public schooling.
The National Alliance for Public Charter Schools is proud to support teachers, parents, communities, and charter school advocates everywhere.
The Alliance needs to be up with the challenges of today, and I think it's, as far as I can tell, working to be there. I've worked with Nina on education issues since long before No Child Left Behind. She's got a great brain and is a brave person, and I think that leadership requires at least those qualities.
For me, one of the most exciting part of the job is to work with the team I have at the National Alliance to promote charter schools and to work with the state associations. Our most important job is to make sure that the students attending charter schools are graduating those schools ready to enter college. That's probably the single greatest contribution to the cause, and for me personally, one of the reasons why I wake up every day to come to work.
Education for a new generation. For more information, please visit the National Alliance for Public Charter Schools at publiccharters.org.